The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store. Get your free 7-piece gift with any Clinique purchase of $27 or more. Shop in-store or online. And by Frederick Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, providing sports medicine expertise to high school athletes and teams.
Welcome to South Stadium in Milwaukee. That's recently rebuilt South Stadium. Hi again, I'm Mark Stewart, prep editor of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel.
And I'm Allan from today's TMJ4. We'll look at this fine rebuilt MPS facility and have 2 city conference teams on this very field.
That's coming up, but we're going to start the show by meeting a young man who was one of the area's top cross-country runners last fall.
And naturally, Mark, he has high hopes for his senior season. Brad Preeter introduces us to our Boston Store featured student athlete.
It's about 90 degrees out. The first day of school has just ended, and Robert Wagner and his Pewaukee High School cross-country teammates are about to run.
At times, it's a love-hate thing. Like today, it's going to be real tough out there, so towards the end, I'll probably be hating myself for ever getting into this. But when you're running the race and you finish well and run a good time, it's a payoff. It's a great payoff.
Wagner must love it. He's so dedicated to it. His intense training has provided steady improvement, leading to a 4th-place finish at last year's state cross-country meet.
In really tough races and tough situations, I gotta tell myself, like, be brave, you'll get through this and you'll be that much better of an athlete when you do.
Classmate Nick Roberts has run with Wagner throughout high school and is amazed by his performances.
I've seen him get better and better, which is crazy because like last year I was like, can you get any better than that? And then this year he comes out even stronger than last year, which is really cool.
At some point during practices and meets, Wagner needs to leave his teammates behind to run at his own blistering pace. But Rob is really excited about his team's potential for this season.
Our team was real young last year and we placed 4th at state, so looking to possibly win a state championship this year, and getting to stand at the podium with my teammates, that would probably be the dream come true for the season.
Wagner's teammates say his leadership plays a big role in the Pirates' success.
He puts in the work. He puts in a lot of miles, goes hard on the speed days. He's a hard-working guy.
A lot of these younger guys haven't really experienced the challenges cross-country brings, and just always being supportive of them and telling them good job, keep going, keep it up, you'll get through this. It really helps them out.
Certainly one of the things required to be a great distance runner is the ability to push yourself, to go farther, to go faster. Well, Robert is definitely willing to do that, just like he's willing to push himself in the classroom. He's got an ambitious course schedule, one that left him with plenty of homework here on the first day of school.
I probably have 3 hours of English homework just tonight, so it'll be a tough year, but I'm ready to handle it.
Being a good student has helped him practice well. He's a good student, so he can study well, and then it goes over to his practice habits are very good as well.
A high honor roll guy whose schedule is packed with challenging courses, Robert isn't afraid of challenging cross-country courses either. He hopes to finish high school cross-country by winning on the course in Wisconsin Rapids, where the state meet is held.
Ultimate goal is definitely the state championship. That's what I've been dreaming about since I was a freshman and earlier than that.
His first priority was for the team to win state, and now he's realizing that it's realistic and attainable for him to do the same thing.
Last spring, Robert placed in the top 5 in both the 1600 and the 3200 at the state track meet. Very impressive because Pewaukee was competing in Division I.
Now here's Colleen Hyder from Boston Store to present Robert with his award.
Robert, on behalf of Boston Store, I'm proud to present you with the Preps Plus Student Athlete of the Week Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Corey Linsley of the Green Bay Packers. Stick around, Lance and Mark will be right back.
Whether you're up with the sun, or down with a good workout, or somewhere in between, no matter how active your life is, Boston Store has great styles, brands, and prices. to fit whatever and however you choose to live active. So get out there. Live active. Boston Store.
No matter what your schedule, personality, or lifestyle, our primary care providers do everything possible to make every day a little healthier. It all begins by listening and getting to know you. It's about convenience with flexible hours and locations near you. And it's about connections linking you to the power of academic medicine right in your community. For a primary care provider who gets you, get to us.
We're back at South Stadium on the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Preps Plus.
The Milwaukee City Conference has more teams competing in football this season, including one school that's fielding a varsity team for the first time. We're going to check out that squad in the Preps Plus highlights.
The stadium isn't the only thing new about this matchup. Ronald Reagan High School has its own program for the first time after previously being part of a co-op, and there might be a new sense of excitement around Bay View football.
Reagan was looking for its first ever victory as its own program, but Bay View clearly had other ideas. Sophomore Jonte Brooks sheds one tackler and then another. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 1-yard line, setting up a Red Cats touchdown. It's 16-0 Bay View in the second quarter when sophomore QB Isaiah Wright switches the ball from one hand to the other and lets his legs do the rest. Nobody's going to get him. Wright's third touchdown of the game already, 22-0 Red Cats. Reagan tries to get something going on offense. Here freshman Elijah Davis finds running room. A big gain, but the drive would stall. Final play first half, it's Isaiah Wright scrambling, looking for Andre Childs. He makes the grab and gets both feet in, twice actually. It's 37-0 at the half. The Huskies drive to open the second half. The pass by River Goebel is tipped up into the air and then hauled in by Devin Cooper at the 5. Reagan will cash in when Jose Silva runs toward the far side. He lunges across the goal line. Goebel would have the 2-point conversion. But Bay View is the story on this night. Another score here by Jonte Brooks. The Red Cats win their conference opener 44-14. A team that had gone several years without tasting victory prior to this season has worked hard to get to 2-1 overall in 2015.
Off-season weightlifting, I put on about 20 pounds during the weightlifting season, because Coach Wally expected lots from us. He put us in a situation where we're bound to be successful.
The majority of those 40 kids, I still have 3 more years with. So that's a good sign. And high school sports, once the kids in our hallways see us doing some positive things, they're going to start coming out too.
We now turn to the North Shore Conference as league play kicks off Friday night. There's a new head coach here at Milwaukee Lutheran High School, Eric Janowski taking over. He got his first win as Red Knights head coach last week at New Berlin West. Meanwhile, Port Washington is also 1-1. Both of these programs trying to become contenders in a crowded championship chase. In a game with 6 lead changes, Port pops first. Matt Ruppel's touchdown gives the Pirates a 6-0 lead after 1. Then an aerial assault from Lutheran, Josiah Hedrington to Donovan Rathel. They hooked up for 2 scores. Rathel had 7 for 104. Nick Winter 6 for 148, including that over 2 defenders. Red Knights up 9 at halftime. Port Washington stuck in a freeze. Winter another great catch on a great ball from Hedrington. Next play, Jordan Hopkins puts Milwaukee Lutheran on top, 28-12. The student section says warm up the bus, but Port with an answer. It's Matt Ruppel again. His second TD closes it to 28-20. Fourth quarter, same play. Ruppel number 3. He had 202 yards rushing. We're tied at 28. After Port picks off Lutheran, Ruppel's 4th score. 22 points in 15 minutes. Pirates lead 34-28. But then Lutheran comes back. J.J. Johnson, 10-yard touchdown catch. PAT block. We're tied at 34. 20 seconds left now. Hedrington looking for Winter in the back of the end zone. He catches it and gets his foot in bounds. touchdown Milwaukee Lutheran. The Red Knights rallied to win a thriller 40-34.
This program needed something like this so bad. We needed something to go right. We grew up, we did some things, we learned a lot. Man, we lost a lot of guys tonight. These kids knew it. They just haven't had a lot to cheer about in the last few years.
In recent years, the Classic 8 Conference has been one of the best, if not the best conference in the state, and this year, that reputation should remain intact.
Here's another big-time matchup to open up the Classic 8 Conference schedule. Drum roll, please. It's time for the Preps Plus Game of the Week.
Four teams tied for the top spot in the very competitive Classic 8 last season, and tonight two of those teams will battle here in the conference opener. It's Muskego taking on Waukesha West, and both squads off to a perfect start here in the young season. Last year, the Warriors crushed West 52-28, and early on it looked like more of the same. Aiden Malcolmson darts up the middle for 52 yards. This led to a score, and before the sun even sets, it's 7-0 Muskego. The Warrior D was sharp as well. Here, Caden Riggs sacks Connor Blunt for a big loss. Muskego back on the attack. This time it's Colin O'Neill breaking through, 68 yards in all. The Warriors running away up 14-0. But the Wolverines rally before half thanks to Jair Scott. He will not be denied as he drags tacklers for extra yardage. Later in the drive, 4th and goal, Blunt with a pinpoint strike to Nick Daniels. West down just 7 at halftime. Now on to the 4th. Muskego still up 7, but not for long. Tyler Remmers gets behind the secondary, and Blunt hits him in stride. A 44-yard score, and we are tied at 14. After a quick stop, the Wolves get the ball back, and Peter McCudden does the rest. He spins out of trouble and sprints 74 yards. West has their first lead, 21-14. But the Warriors with a quick answer. Caleb Wagner with the quick out to O'Neill, and the senior does the rest. This gallop covers 54 yards. Now we are even at 21. But the Wolverines get the final say in this one as the guy who led the comeback finishes it. Scott gets loose and rumbles 38 yards. He had 140 on the night. West back up 7. The Warriors with one last chance, but Wagner's 4th down toss is picked off by Zach Kanabe. Waukesha West gets some revenge and will stay on top of the state D2 poll with a hard-fought 28-21 win.
Every team got to have a leader, and, you know, if I need to put on those shoes, then I will. Anything to help the team win, anything.
We knew this was going to be a great test, and our kids just kept playing hard all the way through the 4th quarter and made it happen.
Hey, I'm J.R. Radcliffe, sports director at Lake Country Publications and Now Newspapers. You can find our own feature on Pewaukee distance runner Robert Wagner when you visit lakecountrynow.com, and find our game coverage from Waukesha West Muskego at Push for the Playoffs, located at mycommunitynow.com/push. Your home for all things local football includes a number of special features, including finding out what Pewaukee's J.J. Watt is up to on HBO's Hard Knocks. All through the week, stay up to date by following Preps Plus on social media. We'll be right back.
Whether you're up with the sun, or down with a good workout, or somewhere in between. No matter how active your life is, Boston Store has great styles, brands, and prices to fit whatever and however you choose to live active. So get out there. Live active. Boston Store.
What if, instead of having one cancer doctor, you had a team of specialists looking at you from every angle? That's what Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin's Cancer Network gives you. Researchers, surgeons, chemotherapy, radiation, and genetic experts, every point of view, getting you the right diagnosis right away, giving you more options, involving you in every decision, and turning what ifs into what is possible.
You can call Corey Linsley Mr. Durability. The Packers center didn't miss a snap all last season as a rookie.
Corey Linsley joins us in this week's edition of From Preps to Pros.
Just listen to your coaches, work hard. Don't act like you know it all, because next thing you know, you're going to realize you don't. So just absorb as much as you can, take in as much as you can, and work hard. Put your head down, work hard.
Packers center Corey Linsley has good advice for high school athletes looking to get better. A team captain and second-team All-State selection in football, Corey also excelled at the shot put and discus. He says that track and field experience helped him on the football field.
Anything that works with the foot speed and everything, and that's what most of the track was about. And for me, I probably could have done more flexibility with it, but I was kind of a meathead in high school, so I didn't. I just took it, got the footwork out of it to translate it over to football. But regardless, it was a fun thing to do.
Linsley's biggest memory from high school is a double overtime victory in which Corey made the play his coach told him he needed to make.
And he looks at me, he's like, "You got to get your reach block." And he says to our running back, he's like, "You got to make your block." He goes, "We're going for 2, we're ending this thing, we're not going anymore." And I had the best reach block of my life. And pancake we do in the end zone, my buddy comes up, smacks the linebacker, and then we scored. And then I had a big celebration and everything. It was pretty cool.
A 5th-round draft choice out of Ohio State last year, Linsley stepped into the starting spot at center as a rookie because of an injury to J.C. Treader. Linsley says his teammates were totally supportive.
When I stepped in there last year, I didn't feel comfortable, but I felt a sense of relaxation from everybody else, that they had confidence in me, but they were also there for me to lean on when I didn't do as well, or when I wasn't sure of the call, wasn't sure what was going on.
The guy who snaps the ball to Aaron Rodgers better be a true pro, right? Linsley says a pro is someone who doesn't have to be told twice to do something. There might not always be someone watching over him, but he knows if he doesn't get the work done, the coaches will know.
If you don't want to lift weights or do the work in the offseason, it's going to show up. They're not going to wait for you to get back into shape or get your strength back or anything, and you're expected to do that now because you're a professional.
Here we go, coming off the ball. The girls golf team at Arrowhead consistently makes the WIAA state tournament and does very well in Madison. They finished runner-up a year ago, and then 2 years ago, they won the state championship.
Allie Dudek, the newest member of the Preps Plus team, brings us our Preps Plus Team of the Week.
Humble is the name of the game for the Arrowhead girls golf team. The Warhawks have been dominating the golf course with consistently low scores, easing their way to the top.
Our team is a very well-rounded team, and we all kind of play very consistently, and we never know who's going to shoot that really good score. So that's the exciting part about it, is we all practice a lot and stuff like that and put a lot into it, but you never know who's going to be that low scorer. So that's always the great part about our team.
With multiple standout players this year, Arrowhead believes it has one of its most talented teams ever taking the course. For these girls, team support and hard work is what keeps them ahead of the competition.
I think we have a lot of support for each other. When someone does bad, we usually have other people to make up for it. The other girls and myself, we all work really hard at it, and practices are a big commitment, and golf is a big commitment for all of us, and we work year-round.
And playing year-round has clearly given the Warhawks an early advantage, winning meets both as a team and individually already this season. For sisters Emily and Claire Lauterbach, winning a state title together seems to be within reach.
Having my sister on the team really helps because during practice, if I'm not hitting well, she's there to help me.
Obviously, we would love to win it. That'd be awesome, but we're going to work as hard as we can, so hopefully we can fulfill that.
With multiple state titles, but just missing out on the championship last year, Coach Breaker is confident in his team's ability and determination this season.
We've got off to a real good start. Everybody's got potential. Now, what separates those that realize their potential from those that don't realize their potential?
You would think with all this team's success, there would be more pressure. but Coach Breaker's coaching style keeps the team even-keeled.
Well, golf is not a game of perfect. It's more of a game of imperfect. You're going to have good shots. You're going to have not so good shots. Look at the pros. One day they're really good, the next day they struggle. I've worked at trying to be as consistent as possible throughout, and I believe in getting in a pattern and doing things that have got us there in the past and being successful.
Keeping a focused routine and staying consistent both on and off the course is a winning strategy for these Warhawks. Congratulations, Arrowhead Girls Golf, for being this week's Team of the Week, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Up next, we've got the inspirational story of a football player who's battling a terrible disease.
Stay tuned, that's next on Preps Plus.
Whether you're up with the sun, or down with a good workout, or somewhere in between, no matter how active your life is, Boston Store has great styles, brands, and prices to fit whatever and however you choose to live active. So get out there, live active. Boston Store.
The Performance Enhancement Program, also known as PEP, is a sports performance training program offered at Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. We utilize evidence-based training techniques to help athletes reach their maximum potential. Any athlete looking to enhance their athletic potential should participate in the Performance Enhancement Program. We offer individual, one-on-one training, as well as group and team training. Additionally, we have two other services, the ACL Prevention Program, which helps to prevent ACL injuries, as well as a program that takes an athlete from physical therapy back to competition. PEP training sessions include speed and agility development, conditioning, power, and injury prevention techniques. Think of us as your one-stop shop for performance enhancement and injury rehab. We want to help you reach your potential.
For more information, visit freighter.com/PEP.
Jordan Lampton won't let his battle with cancer keep him away from the sport he loves.
Jordan earned the respect of his teammates and had a big moment on the field as well. Scott Babler shares his story in the Preps Plus Spotlight.
Jordan Lampton is not the biggest football player, but he very well might be the toughest athlete around. This South Milwaukee sophomore is battling acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which is cancer of the white blood cells. But that has not stopped this fighter from living his dream of playing high school football.
Football helps me a lot because it takes all the cancer thoughts away, and when I'm at practice, I don't think that I have cancer anymore.
He got a life lesson early, and he's learning from the life lesson, and we're making sure that he understands the life lesson that he's got taught and got brought to, and he's really taken a lot out of it. So, and he reminds us of it every day.
He's our motivation the whole year, and we do everything for him just because he can't be out here with us. So everything we do is all for him.
Last Friday, the Rockets hosted West Allis Hale. Head coach Derek Hoff arranged an opportunity for Jordan to see actual varsity game action. It started with Jordan leading his team during player introductions. Then the big moment. Jordan entered the game and lined up wide right.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Jordan Schroeder.
But this amazing story gets even better. The Rockets won a thriller in overtime, and Jordan was carried off the field.
Well, I can't even describe that moment. That had to have been the best moment of my life, to be honest. Just being able to carry Jordan off the field victorious, no other moment like that in my life.
You know, how many guys get carried off the field?
and especially a guy who plays one play and has no impact on the actual physical part of the game. You know, but I think for Jordan, he was the hero, and he deserved to be carried off. And the boys followed him in and sang the school song, and that was a very neat moment.
Makes me feel good that my teammates do that for me. It just shows me that they care about me.
Jordan was diagnosed in May of 2013. Last Christmas, he was recognized as one of the 12 special patients in the Aaron Rodgers 12 Days of Christmas MAC Fund campaign. His ongoing treatments are exhausting, but Jordan maintains a positive attitude.
When I first found out, it was scary, but when we arrived at the hospital, I turned around to my mom and dad and said, "Don't worry, I'm going to beat this." Ever since, I've been doing good with my treatments to get to this point.
August 21st, 2016 is a date that is circled on Jordan's calendar. That's when his cancer treatments will end. For now, he is on the practice field every day, striving to be a better player. Just his presence alone has had a huge impact on his teammates and all of Rocket Nation.
My hope for these guys is, yeah, they'll be motivated as far as football is concerned, but that it'll carry into adulthood, and they'll understand that there's going to be difficult times with their jobs, difficult times with their families, and that they can think back to their experiences and their time spent with Jordan and understand that they have the ability, the energy to move on and to battle through things.
I love them so much. I don't know what I would do without them. They're my brothers. They're family to me.
Like his favorite Green Bay Packer, Jordy Nelson, also number 87, Jordan has seen his last game action of the season, but he will continue to inspire his teammates, remaining an important part of the success of Rocket football.
We wish Jordan and his family all the best as he continues his treatments.
We also wish all the MPS teams good luck as they use this great new facility. Till next time, I'm Mark Stewart.
And I'm Lance Allan. See you next time on Preps Plus.
The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store. Get your free 7-piece gift with any Clinique purchase of $27 or more. Shop in-store or online. And by Frederick and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, providing sports medicine expertise to high school athletes and teams.